guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which I am extremely excited about. You guys, Fenty has launched a powder foundation. It is a pressed powder foundation and it honestly sounds absolutely amazing. It's meant to be really lightweight on the skin, natural to medium coverage, sweat proof, transfer proof. It's meant to blow your pores. It literally sounds like heaven in a compact. So what we're going to be doing today is testing this out. I'm going to show you full application demo, close up of what it looks like on the skin, and then I'm going to be wearing it all day so that we can see how it lasts, how it goes, how it looks throughout the day. We'll do check-ins and then we'll see tonight. I'll probably be wearing it for about 12 hours today. So we'll see tonight exactly what it is looking like and whether or not it is oily skin approved. So if you're interested in hearing my full in-depth review and seeing a wear test of the brand new, what is it even called? Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation, then please keep on watching. All right, so firstly, this is what the foundation looks like. It comes in this little hexagonal, small little compact. And then when you open up the compact, it's actually really quite pretty. It's got some rose gold in there. And then you lift up this, and then there's a little sponge in there for application. Now, this one is launching on the 26th of December, so it's launching on Boxing Day. And what is amazing is it is launching in all 50 of the original Pro Filter shades, which is so cool. So no doubt you're going to be able to find a shade that does match you. So this one's going to be retailing for $36 USD, and here in Australia, oh yep, $52. Now, as far as the formula goes, you guys, it is sweat, humidity, and crease resistant. It's meant to be really, really light on the skin, like light as air. You're meant to not be able to really feel like you're wearing it. Natural to medium buildable coverage. So apparently you can dust it on for a really, really light look, like a really natural look, or you can pack it on with the sponge that's included in here to build up to like a medium coverage. It apparently easily blends and builds. It apparently instantly evens out the skin without clogging pores, without settling into fine lines, and without caking up. And the texture of it's meant to be undetectable on the skin. So looking at the skin, you shouldn't be able to see, like it shouldn't be obvious that you're wearing a powder. Apparently Rihanna has been working on this formula for 3 years. So yeah, needless to say, I am very, very excited to test this out. Now I'm just going to quickly pop some primer on my skin before we start applying it. Normally when I do these foundation wear tests, I usually only prime half of my skin, but with a powder foundation, I really do recommend using a primer. It'll just help it spread more easily. It'll help it last longer. And it will also help with the coverage. So yeah, you'd be pretty hard pressed to get me to use a powder foundation without a primer. So I'm going to be using a primer. All right, so shade wise, I'm going to go with 290. This is the shade that I wear in the original Pro Filter foundation. So hopefully it's a match. I obviously don't know if this oxidizes or anything or dries down or like, yeah, we don't know how this is going to go on my skin. And I might actually zoom you guys in so they can see a little bit closer up. All right, so this is what my skin is looking like beforehand. So I'm going to start with the sponge and I'm just going to rub it into the compact. The formula doesn't have a scent or anything at all. And that is what it looks like there. It actually feels like quite soft in the pan, like quite finely milled. So I'm going to start applying it on my chin. Let's see what kind of coverage we can get. Oh my God. That actually covered up heaps. I'll be real, I didn't expect to get that much coverage out of it so easily. It's definitely like a medium coverage. So let's try applying it up the cheek as well. Coming over the top of my lip. I will say, I do feel like it's having a bit of a hard time covering up some of these breakouts. So probably your best bet would be to put a concealer on first. I kind of wish that I'd done that now. I'll quickly pop some concealer just on the really obvious looking ones. Can you see this rash that's happening on my forehead at the minute? I have no idea what's caused that. Absolutely no idea. Who knows? And then I'm just blending them into the skin. This is our cream blend brush. I don't know. It's only a medium, like it's a light to medium coverage. So you're definitely going to want a little bit more if you've got quite, you know, apparent breakouts like I do. All right, going back over that concealer and just sort of setting it with the powder now. So certainly with a sponge for a powder foundation, you do get a lot of coverage. Let's try it with a kabuki, like a foundation brush. So taking our Luxe foundation brush, this thing is like literal heaven. It is so soft, it feels like velvet. I feel like this is gonna build up quite a good coverage. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm literally just swirling it in the compact and we'll start to build it up on this side. Oh, Ooh, yeah, that does work really well too. I will say, I do think that you actually get fuller coverage when you use the sponge. A brush is much faster and it's definitely a lot easier to use. But yeah, I do feel like the coverage was fuller with the sponge down on my chin. Wow, look how well it's cancelled out that redness on my nose. As far as how it looks on the skin, I wouldn't say that it's like completely invisible, but at the same time, I've only just applied it. So if it's ever going to look powdery, now is going to be the time. Like I said, it's meant to be sweat proof, transfer proof, humidity proof. It's going to be really interesting to see how it goes, you know, when my oils come through and whatnot. Normally as well, when I do wear a powder foundation, I do usually still use a loose translucent setting powder over the top, just because I'm oily and I don't want it melting off halfway through the day. The other thing that you can do with this one as well, and apparently Rihanna does it herself, you can use it over the top of another foundation to build up extra coverage where you need it. So brush coverage, I definitely really like as well. Let's try with a looser brush, because apparently like the looser the bristles on the brush, the lower the coverage. I might try dusting it and we'll see what that looks like. I might give it a go on our bronzer brush, see how that goes, because the bristles on this are really soft and they're fairly loose. So swirling the brush in there. Oh yeah, it does pick up a fair amount. And then I'm just going to go like this. Oh, wow. Yeah, that definitely gives you a really, really nice natural looking coverage on the skin. Oh, you guys, so far I am liking this quite a lot. Like with a bigger, looser brush, this would be so good and so quick, I would imagine, to just chuck on if you quickly, you know, if you're wanting to head out the door, but you're wanting a little bit of something on the skin. It applies quite well. And I'm just using stippling motions with this same loose brush and kind of like packing it on, dabbing it on. And it's really building up the coverage as well. I really need to color my roots. Look how much it's grown out. Ooh, I'm popping a little bit over my eyes now. I'm going to keep my makeup really natural today. So powder foundation is like definitely awesome for that more natural look. But overall, I am pretty damn impressed. It definitely feels very lightweight. My skin feels sort of silky and velvety. Yeah, so far things look pretty good. I'll zoom you in. We all like a super, super close up. I know we all do. So here is my skin nice and up close. Like it's not like 100% completely invisible. I would say, you know, you can see it on the skin, but it's not necessarily like powdery looking. You can definitely see it there, but it certainly looks quite natural for a powder foundation. It feels really soft. So far, I'm not noticing it settling anywhere. I don't think that it's emphasized my pores. I feel like if anything, it really has minimized, you know, how large my pores and the texture looks on this area of my cheeks here. Across the forehead, it looks good, and it's performed very well over the top of that concealer as well, which is good. Yeah, really no negatives from me at this point. I will quickly do the rest of my makeup, come back and show you what it's all looking like, and then we'll start our wear test. All right, so I've got the rest of my makeup on, and this is what my skin is looking like. I am really, really happy with how things are going so far. It's definitely lightweight, like I can hardly feel it at all. It's definitely really, really soft. I did apply translucent powder. I put bronzer blush on, obviously. And what I actually did is I just took a small eyeshadow brush and I just packed it on sort of like underneath through my lower lash line and on the inner corner of my eye. So I don't actually have any concealer on underneath my eyes at all. It's done a really good job of covering up any darkness in there. And I do also feel maybe it looks a tiny little bit cakey over that concealer that we applied just on these breakouts down here, but it's not at all cakey on my forehead, so it could be just because I put a lot of concealer down there. So yes, we've had it on for about 30 minutes now. I think that it looks beautiful and smooth. It definitely looks radiant. It looks natural. I'm really, really excited to see how this wears. Hopefully it looks gorgeous all day. And curious to see how it lasts with my oil as well. So yeah, this is where we are at now. Actually, I'll zoom you in. I want you to be able to see absolutely everything. So this is what I mean down here. It might be like, I don't know, a tiny bit cakey here and just on that breakout there. But the rest of my skin, it just looks so smooth and it feels really, really nice and lightweight. I don't really feel like I'm wearing much makeup at all. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. So I will be back in about 6 hours at the halfway mark and we will see what it is looking like then. Okay, so we are back with our first check-in for the day. 6 hours or just over 6 hours of wear at this point. And I do just quickly want to say as well, it is really, really, really warm here in Australia. It's really muggy. It's really humid. We're in the middle of summer here, and I gotta tell you guys, this foundation is looking even better than when I initially applied it. My oils have started to come through. I've got a little bit of shine through the T-zone, but it just looks so healthy and radiant on the skin. It looks absolutely beautiful. Like my oils have come through and kind of like mixed in with it and removed any kind of powderiness that was on the skin. I am really, really happy so far. Also worthy to mention, these areas where I was seeing like a little bit of caking over those breakouts, you know, now that the foundation has settled onto my skin, it's looking a lot less cakey than before. In terms of transfer, in terms of, you know, it fading or, you know, patches of skin sort of showing through, I haven't had any of that. None of it has transferred off my nose, although I must say my nose is probably the shiniest part of my face at this point. It really just looks so beautiful on the skin. So I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can get a really close look. But so far, I am really, really happy. All right, so here we are up close. This is what this side of my face looks like. It definitely has got more of like a dewy satin finish on the skin instead of a straight matte finish. Like it's definitely called the soft matte. So maybe by soft matte, they mean it's kind of matte, it's kind of not. Like it's just got this beautiful natural glow about it. I honestly think that it looks beautiful. So even though we've had that oil come through, we've got no caking, we've got no separation so far. These areas are definitely looking a lot smoother. And this is the other side, my cheeks, my forehead. I do think that based on how much oil I've got at the minute, just through the T-zone, I feel like this might be one that I may want to touch up kind of at about the 6-hour mark. Probably, if anything, just use some blotting papers on my nose. But at the same time, like the whole design of this means that you can throw it in your handbag and you can touch up on the go. So shall we do it? Shall we touch up my nose quickly and just see how that goes? See if that helps sort of control that dewy shine that we've got going on. I feel like we should. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm just taking the same one that I used earlier, and I'm not even going to pick up any extra product on the sponge. I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to very gently. Oh my gosh, that's completely gotten rid of all of that shine on my nose. Look at that. Perfect. Wow, that touches up nicely. All right, cool. Well, that's pretty much it for this check-in. I will see you guys later on tonight. Now, it's probably going to be longer than 12 hours. I've got dinner at Mum's tonight. We're watching a Christmas movie together with the fam. So well, I probably won't be home till quite late. But I will see you then. And we'll see what it's looking like. All right, guys. So I'm back with my final check-in of the day. It's super, super late. I just got back from Mum's. I've got my Christmas t-shirt on. We just watched a Christmas movie. We had dinner. I'm not going to lie. It is well past 12 hours of wear at this point, and I have been like rolling all over on the couch. I've been attacked by my niece. I kind of look a little bit like a mess right now. Now, as far as the foundation goes, obviously I am looking quite dewy. I'm looking quite glowy, but at the same time, it hasn't broken down, it hasn't separated, and it hasn't got cakey. I would say that there's still a tiny bit of caking just on those breakouts where we put that concealer, but to be fair, I put the powder foundation, then I put concealer, and then I put more of the powder foundation. That potentially could be it. It could be because the skin's dry around those breakouts because I have been using acne creams. I don't know. Everywhere else though, there's absolutely no caking. Like it's really, really smooth. The only thing is the dewiness and the glowiness through the center of my face. I do, like, I mean, you guys saw earlier, it did touch up very easily though. I certainly wouldn't have an issue, you know, grabbing a little compact out, quickly touching up and then continuing on. But let's zoom in so that you can see everything nice and close up. So here we go. So this is about 14 and a half hours of wear. I did put it on this morning quite early. It was like 7:30, 8 a.m. or something, and it is now 10:33 p.m. Certainly can't complain about how long this one lasts. Like I said, like I've been wrestling with my needs. We've been playing hide and seek and playing chasey and just, you know, rolling around on the floor and whatnot. And she kept touching my face as well, and none of it has transferred off at all. I don't have any areas of foundation missing, which is amazing. Like I said, I do feel like there's a tiny little bit, there's just a little bit of texture here, right? Like it's literally only where I put that concealer though, so it's not too bad. And as you can see, like the sides of my nose are quite shiny and quite oily. But at the same time, it's also not like, oh, like did you swim in a vat of oil? Like I would want to touch up my nose, but honestly, everywhere else, it's just got this amazing like satin sort of dewy glow about it. It does look really nice. I'm just going to quickly touch up my nose and we'll see how that goes. Just using the same sponge that we used to apply it. It's truly amazing how well that this touches up. Like, it doesn't seem to get cakey as you are touching it up, and all of that oil seems to remove really well without the actual foundation transferring off the skin. I'm gonna say she's definitely humidity proof. She's definitely sweat proof. I was in both of those environments today. Certainly transfer proof. It is certainly lightweight on the skin. Like, you really can hardly feel it there. And it just, look, it touches up like an actual dream. So as far as my opinion goes, the new powder foundation from Fenty is absolutely amazing. Totally oily skin approved. I mean, obviously we had some oils come through during the day, but it wasn't too bad. And also the foundation held up really well with them and very, very quick and simple to touch up. This is definitely, I am 100% going to be continuing to use this. I think that it looks beautiful. I'm really excited to try applying it all over my face with a loose brush like this. You know, that really, really natural light coverage kind of a look. I want to see how that goes. I want to see how that wears. From what I could tell from dusting it on when we were applying it, it looked really, really gorgeous. Packaging's beautiful. I think it's a really good price point. It's got great coverage. It is light on the skin. It doesn't cake up. Definitely minimizes pores. And like I said, it's got like that healthy sort of satin matte-ish finish on the skin. It's like a healthy glow, and it definitely did help control oils during the day. Really, it was only my nose. It was truly only my nose that got super, super oily. So yeah, huge thumbs up from me. I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on it on Boxing Day. They did send it to me early in PR, obviously. I'm very privileged in that sense. Very, very privileged, but I think that you guys are going to love this. And particularly at the minute when we're all wearing masks, such a good product to pop in your handbag so you can quickly touch up your nose or your chin, you know, where the makeup has rubbed off from wearing a mask. Really, really good for that purpose. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Please leave all of your thoughts, all of your opinions, all of your comments down below. How do you think that it looked on my skin? How do you think that it lasted? Have you got any, I don't know, are you excited about it? I'm really excited for you guys to get your hands on this one. It's really, really nice. So yes, I am well overdue. Look at my hair. Look at like, it's all like falling apart. I am well overdue. I'm going to jump in the shower. I'm going to take off my makeup and I'm going to get into bed. Got another big day tomorrow. All right, guys, I love you heaps. Give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll catch up on my next one. Bye.